Hey Jalopnik, we're at the 2016 Los Angeles Auto Show with the first big surprise and my favorite vehicle so far, the Chevy Colorado ZR2. This is like the real incarnation of the hardcore off-road concept we saw 2 years ago. Your obvious differences from a regular Colorado: much more aggressive front end, got a lot more access to bigger tires. These are 31s. We've got front and rear lockers. We've got the gas and diesel engine options. And the star, of course, is the Multimatic suspension system, which we're going to get a little bit more into later. So we're going to talk to some engineers, some of the folks who specialize and help make this possible, kind of explain what really makes it different from Colorado and really other off-road vehicles. So the real star of this truck is the shocks. We're going to talk to our new friend Michael from Multimatic, who actually made these things happen and knows a lot more about it than I do.
What we did was we took the heart of what's in a Z28 damper, these spool valves. You can see it break down there. And we put it in the body of a position-sensitive damping, and that was another novel first application. DSSV spool valves in an off-road application, and by shoving it in the body, we made room, importantly, for a third special valve for going off-road, and that valve just handles the off-road extreme maneuvers. And we now have a 3-spool valve, off-roadable, first time ever position-sensitive spool valve damper. And let's go inside that thing and see how it works. So in the off-road range, in the on-road operating range, and in the off-road rebound range, which is your airborne range, we have different curves that we fully optimize for each one of those suspension travels. But when you get vertical and you're hitting big bumps or you're crawling over rocks, you're getting extreme strokes of suspension travel, and you need a completely different curve for that. And that curve can't affect any of the other curves, otherwise you're compromised. This is all about no compromise zone in performance on these dampers. And then when you get airborne, yeah, you're fully extended. And it's not so important about what happens when that wheel gets fully extended when you're in the air, but what is important is when you get into the landing range. And you want to tune this curve so that when you land, it takes a lot of the force and impact out and keeps the car settled, it keeps the truck settled on landing.
So we got to see the visualization of these shocks in action. Now we're going to take it around the course, see what it's really like. So right now we're looking at what looks like offset kind of whoops, like a desert type thing.
So what we want to do is showcase the high speed aspect of the suspension around here. So we're in a parking lot, we have to compress everything. So we kind of amplified up what you typically see out in the desert to give you the same feeling.
Of course. Oh, it is pretty soft.
Not bad.
Yeah.
So this is your brief bit of on-road performance right here.
Sure, the turn.
Little roll.
And here's the worst railroad crossing ever.
This is the not a jump railroad crossing.
Right, yeah. Oh, there you go. So now we're looking at a pretty fierce hill climb, and I see you've got rollers,
yep.
Like a no
so
traction.
So we got rollers
stitch.
for no traction.
Cool.
So the first section here we're going to go in is we got one roller on the front, one roller on the rear.
Okay.
This is where...
So we're in four-wheel drive now?
So we're in 4 low right now.
4 low, okay.
4 low. Spinning tires.
Right, we lost one.
Lost front and rear.
Okay.
So if you don't have an LSD or anything, you're stuck. This is all the further you go.
Hit the rear locker.
Rear locker. Roll into it. Right up you go.
And up she goes.
So now we're sitting on a 30-degree incline.
Yeah, this is pretty steep.
And we're on 3 rollers right now, spinning.
All right, we're stuck. Got it.
So we're stuck. Simple press to lock the front axle.
Front lock.
Chime is because we turn off ABS when all 4 are locked up.
Okay.
Again, roll into the throttle, let the locker catch, and you roll right out.
All right. That feels pretty comfy.
Not bad.
That's nice.
Nice view.
Yeah.
LA.
Yeah, right. LA's industrial wasteland.
Exactly.
And back down. So now we don't need hill descent with low range.
So
we're using them both.
We're not using hill descent control on this demo because we have very little room for error on this hill.
Right.
So we wanted the driver to be in total control the entire time.
Got it.
The angle's perfectly acceptable for our hill descent control. Works fine. We just wanted the drivers, for liability reasons, to be driving the trucks.
I gotta say, I love the non-carpet
floor.
Yeah, that's awesome. Good idea.
Yep. So it's also optional. You can get both.
Okay, you can get carpet as well, and it looks like pretty much all the luxuries. You got the heated seat. You've got infotainment rig. It's basically a Z71.
It's a Z71.
Tech-wise. Okay.
Tech-wise, with all sorts of fun stuff.
Got it. But it sounds like they're going to be pretty much all the ZR2s are basically going to be the same equipment.
Yeah, there are very little options.
Pretty much awesome.
The spare tire carrier is an option. So
There we go.
There you go. A good little demo.
We got a little 3-wheel action
A
happening.
little 3-wheel. That one's 3 feet off the ground.
Sure.
As you've seen.
Yeah. Making way up there. Just walking down. Comfy.
So, of course, this all sounds awesome. The real value determiner is going to be the price. We'll see where it comes in at. Of course, the nicest Colorado 4-door diesel is about $40,000. Expecting this will be a little bit north of that.